details are being released about the Franklin soccer coach arrested for sexually assaulting children.
Police say Camilo Campos would drug and rape boys and then record it on his phone. Our Brendan Tierney's in Franklin, where officers are working to identify his victims.
Franklin police say officers have found another 5 victims that were sexually assaulted by Camilo Campos. For the first time tonight, we're hearing from his neighbors about this shocking discovery. Quiet soccer fields across the street from the house where Franklin police say Camilo Campos sexually assaulted countless children. His neighbors say Campos lived there for more than a decade and kept to himself. Jaime says a lot of young people would come here, sometimes in cars from different states. He says Campos had parties every weekend, but rarely went outside. His wife Soledad says they would always hear loud music and talk about soccer. She says Campos wanted to train her kids, but they decided to take them to a soccer academy instead. Considering themselves to be very lucky, never thinking this nightmare would happen next door. She says they just want this to be over and forget about what has happened. They trusted they were safe in their own home and are terrified their children were sleeping near someone who could have harmed them. Police say Campos would target children at school playgrounds and soccer fields. They also say that many of his victims might not realize that they were assaulted because they were unconscious from the drugs. In Franklin, Brendan Tierney, WSMV4.
Social workers with Gentry's Educational Foundation have started reaching out to schools. They're offering support to help families get through this tough time.
Even adults sometimes have a hard time really expressing something as traumatic as this happening. But with kids, it typically is going to be more exhibited in behaviors, whether that's outbursts, meltdowns, physical aggression. It can look different, or sometimes it's just pure isolation.
Gentry says there are a number of signs your child has been impacted by this. The number one thing is that they're more clingy and attached because they don't know how to respond to what happened.